Deberíamos estar primero pues de pronto como todo el día, pero bueno, próxima casa a las 12.
Daniela Lucato on stage, please. Welcome. And I know that there is also some of the dancers here. Yeah. Please, if you want to join us.
Nicola Campanelli, Roberta Ricci, and we have also the music composer David Travis.
Come over. Okay, Roberta is coming. So thank you for bringing us your work, showing to us. Thank you for doing it. You're the second time here. Yeah. Last year also we had a short. This is this time it's a tiny bit more political than last time. And yeah, maybe you can tell us a bit more about how you ended up doing this. What was the situation that made you decide, okay, I want to make this documentary?
So I changed completely from my last work. The beginning of the idea of this film was a performance, but not about this, but about migration in general. So I started from this point, and then the performance thing changed because I met a person who was supposed to put me in contact with the migrants, and she said, okay, I don't know any migrants here, or at least I'm not working with them, but I'm working with refugees. So I didn't know much about them, actually. I did much research after, and I had this nice possibility to get in contact with them through her. And so my research changed in this sense. And from the performance so I decided to make a performance, but from the beginning I wanted to make a movie, a documentary, but actually the film idea changed because at the beginning I wanted to involve also the refugees in the show. And the thing was not possible, of course, because many of them were leaving a few days after, or they didn't know anything about their future, their next future. So my idea changed in watching the process of the not refugees of my work, so the dancers, and how they could work, and how I used the language of the dance to interpret the stories that I had from them. Yeah, this was.
Do you know where they are now?
I know two of them are still in Berlin, and the other ones, no. I lost the contact.
But too bad they didn't come today. Maybe you guys want to say a word about how it was working with her on this project?
I mean, apart from what you already said.
Yeah, it was really interesting because it was something new for me, and to express with the dance something so tough and so far from me. It was a process also inside of me because we are not used to think about refugee from their point of view. So it was something totally new for me. Usually we think about refugee in a different way. We are conditioning about what the media tell us. So, and it was really different. So it was Nice.
Yeah, for me, it's not the first time I've worked with Daniela, but this was a really interesting project. I had a lot of freedom to use whatever sounds I could come up with, basically, and you didn't really put any restrictions on it. And I got to use a lot of different field recording, different instruments, and it was new for me to work with dancers for the first time as well in this sort of setting. So yeah, it was a learning curve for me as well. But yeah, maybe we'll do something again soon.
Yeah.
Like if I can say something from the perspective of Udinale that I usually don't, but when you prepare Udinale, you have a view of how the city is going, because every year we receive around 200 movies to select, and every year you can see how the city is moving. 5 years ago it was a completely different situation. Now it's getting a bit more political, a bit less I would say, yeah, less entertaining. Before there was a lot of like pure energy and a lot of like even beautiful energy, but not so much social necessarily. Then in the last 2 years, with the influx of refugee, you can see that the directors start to talk more about this kind of thing. And if I can say something from this perspective is it would be really it's important really for us to understand how, as of now, in Europe, in Berlin, in Germany, we are really one of the few places on earth that are having a positive talk about this topics. Because if you see the US, Russia, and everywhere else, it's getting really, really ugly. But for what we can see from here, there is an immense energy that is positive, is trying to build bridges to create a society where everyone can patch together somehow. And it is important to realize it now before we lose it, because right now we are surrounded by very ugly energy. So I think it's extremely important to gain awareness of where we stand right now so that we can reinforce it. And yeah, that's something I just want to add.
Also, I think movies are a great opportunity to say something, and it's not just the fact you can portray it as well, but it's the only way we have to say things can change from small things. So I don't know, Roberta is back. Maybe she wants to say something to, yeah.
Hello. Yeah, to say something, yeah, for me was very interesting, especially to work about the individual story, so the going into deep in our research. So really, usually you don't go so like when you read about it or hear about it, you don't go exactly in what were the emotion or the relation of the space changing from one place to another. So for me, it was interesting to go into that person and what was all the travel and inside. So that was my the main thing that I enjoyed and was very interesting and nice. So
Is there a question? Just wave. Yeah, I would like, of course, to know, as usual, where do you go from here? What is the next step?
Um, well, I'm working on several projects now. But I think the first next project is another dance theater performance, and Nicola and Roberta will be part of this. And then I'm working also on a short film that will be more or less ready in 2 months. And I'm writing my first feature film. I'm going back to fiction. So this was an important step, my experience. But I started with fiction, then I want to go back there somehow. So that's it.
Well, as usual here, as a tradition, if you need collaborations for the next project, just say what you need, and then maybe some of them will. Yeah, you never know.
Okay, so I can say now I need this, but my money would be nice at some point. No, but if you want to follow the page of When I Dance, I can update you also with the next project. So if I need someone and you are the person, we can just talk.
Yeah, the link you can find it on the program online, as for every director here. Then, guys, thank you so much again, and we hope to see more. This was When I Dance, Daniela Lucato. Thank you. No.